Alright, dudes and dudettes, a ZR car back again with another TrailBoss video. Haven't been making a lot of TrailBoss videos, mainly because everybody and their brother and their dog has got a freaking TrailBoss, so it's like, I don't know, it's kind of a moot point. However, I do think this is kind of rare. So I'm getting 28 miles per gallon in town. I've got the AC going on and off here. I am using the start stop at the lights just so my mileage doesn't fall. We're going uphill now, so. But anyways, man, this thing will do 25 miles to the gallon in town. It's freaking crazy. But what is kind of unique is for the range there, it says I have 488 miles left. And we'll look in a second, but I think I already got like 480 miles on this tank. So that would put us over 900 miles for this standard tank. So I'll push the button here. Yeah, so 459.7 miles so far on this tank. So that's gonna put us over 900 miles on that standard. I think it's 24-gallon tank for the half-ton TrailBoss. And of course, it wouldn't be possible without that 3-liter Duramax. I've been running the premium def in this thing just because I've heard that it is a little bit better for it. These 3 liters are a little bit temperamental when it comes to the def, especially towing. But yeah, you can see that's some pretty good range. The old TrailBoss. It's freaking insane, man. Freaking insane. I really haven't had any troubles with it. I guess I did get one check engine light, and it was full, so I got how many miles? 16,509 miles. So the check engine light was for, surprise, surprise, the DEF system. Who would have guessed? But it was just software reprogramming, and they kind of knew about it, and they knew that it's been throwing that code. So, man, for the most part, I know diesel's a little bit more expensive, and I don't know if it really pays off, but for me, having that extra range is kind of like having kind of an extra feature on my truck. And so I did kind of cheat on this range, to be fair. I've been going through Yellowstone Park, and so it's I don't know, not everybody's going to be doing 50 miles an hour for 400 miles. So it's a little bit different, obviously, but man, for the most part, I would say this truck gets probably 20 miles per gallon doing 80 miles per hour. I bet it gets 25 doing 70, and 30 doing 60, and 35 doing 50 miles per hour. So that's kind of driving like a grandpa, though. I actually kind of find it challenging to do, you know, kind of get the best gas mileage. So not everybody's going to do that, I realize. But what do we got here? The old WRX. So I'm digging the old Duramax. I took the TrailBoss sticker off because, I don't know, just like I said, everybody and their freaking dog has got one. So I do like the extra clearance versus the RST. Let's see. I know you can take this valance, this bottom deflector off, but I scraped it pretty good the other day, and it didn't damage it. but I was in the mountains like I do, and if I would have had the TrailBoss, it would have been no problem. So this bumper has, this bumper has taken a beating, lots of little chips and stuff on it. I was definitely going to PPE it, but it seems like every time I buy a new vehicle, I try to put as much toward the down payment as I can, so I didn't want to spend the extra $500 to $1,000 to get it paint protected. So, but I like the TrailBoss a lot. You know, is it overpriced? You know, speaking of price, I paid pretty much MSRP, I think, right at like 67 or 65 or 63 or something. And mainly because I ordered it. So you can get this truck for closer to 60. You're just gonna have to probably drive and maybe take an airplane ride. So one thing that I kind of added was the stupid 12 volts, because believe it or not, there's no 12 volt in this whole freaking truck. So I think that their idea was that since they gave us a 110 house outlet, that we would not need the 12 volt. But the Starlink really loves the 12 volt, especially on a hot bus. So if you get a 12 volt, because obviously this is only with the key on, and actually it has to be running, I believe. Another way that Chevy thought that they're being freaking smart, they did put these USB-Cs on the hot bus. So this one and the one in the console are hot all the time, but they'll only give, you know, probably 30 watts, and the Starlink really needs freaking 40 to 70. So you can kind of see I started taking this apart right here. It looks like this back piece is pretty easy to pull off. So I don't know if I will or not, but I might buy the stock plug and drill a hole so it looks, you know, pretty much factory for this 12 volt, because there's so many dang accessories that you can use with this 12 volt. I just have this going into the fuse box, which is probably not a great idea, punishable by death, but it works. I really like the 12 volts. There's just so many things that you can, so many accessories that you can plug into them. What was I going to show you? Oh yeah, I was going to show you this beast. So, like the previous model has two of these 12 volt connectors, one up there, one up there. Obviously this is the 1 ton, but the RST's got two as well. So yeah, not a whole lot going on with the TrailBoss besides some sweet gas mileage. And you know, one thing that people don't really talk about is the driving characteristics compared to something like the RST with the 5.3 in it. It's just shifting a lot less. You know, you're using some of that torque. I think that torque is most evident at like 1500 RPM, but it probably starts at closer to 12, 13, and then probably between that 1300 and 3000. I'm just guessing, but yeah, so that, you know, it shifts a lot less. It pulls hills a little bit better in lower gears. It just drives better. With the RST, I'm just constantly changing gears and up, down, and then these transmissions, of course, are not stellar to start off with. This has a 10-speed, the 1 ton has a 10-speed, the RST has an 8-speed. So, they're not stellar to start off with. It's been quite a few problems. One thing that I did report in a previous video was this thing squeaking like a mother trucker. So when I do this, it was just annoying, and I drive around and it would just be like, it was freaking annoying. So I don't know if you can tell, but way back here by the hangar, I put in a zip tie back there, and it just kind of separated the leaf pack just enough to stop that. Plus, I didn't really need to get under here and make sure all my hose clamps and stuff are tight, because if I overfill this diesel, you can see it runs out just a little bit right there. I guess that's another disclaimer. I do overfill it a little bit, you know, get another extra gallon in there. That helps out my range a little bit too. So anyways, hope everybody's doing awesome. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Noisy puppy. Peace.